Hello friends and welcome back. In my previous vlog I was sharing the Gallipoli socks with you, the project. So now the piece is officially complete, finished with a beautifully kitchen stitched toe and a weight of just 68 grams. Holding them now, they feel like the perfect companion for slow, cozy mornings or evenings. So I'll give you a little bit of a details on the screen, and also I will tell you that remind you that it's Gallipoli 4-ply print yarn. I used 2mm needles that I adjusted down from standard sizes because my tension is naturally quite loose, so I wanted a tidy stitch definition. It's a top-down construction, 72 stitches on the needle using the magic loop technique. The strong heel, men size 10 US. With one pair of socks finished, I can already feel that familiar eagerness to cast on the new next. Sock knitting is a constant in my creative practice. I love choosing colors and textures that quiet my mind and mirror my mood. This time, after spending lots of hours working on these thin 2mm needles, I wanted a change of pace. I chose a thicker, more substantial yarn to let the stitches grow a little bit faster. So I've chosen the wool revival from West Yorkshire Spinners. It's a lovely blend of 80% British wool and 20% nylon for durability in a deep, comforting shade, thick 1262. Though the yarn recommended 4mm needles, I choose to work with 275mm needles. That will be a women, or probably, I think a women size 6, 7 or probably 8 yarn, and the design is Tinder Abbey design. Again, I'll give you the details on the screen. Always knit 2 socks simultaneously, otherwise if I will knit it separately I will quickly lose interest in finishing the project. Finishing the second sock. You will see my progress soon. One more finished project is my blanket. For now, we've left it in the kitchen and it's already become a cherished part of our morning tradition. Living here in New Zealand, the crisp winter mornings often brings an indoor chill that drops down to 14 degrees, 15 degrees approximately. My daughter loves to completely wrap herself up in its cozy heavy folds while waiting for her breakfast. It provides just the perfect layer of quiet comfort to the start of the day. Weight of the blanket is almost 600 grams, and I'm so happy that I've used my old leftovers and I can start something new instead. In my recent vlog, I mentioned trying mosaic crocheting for the very first time. If you've ever heard of it, it's a beautiful technique that looks incredibly intricate, like traditional multicolor color work. But you only ever use one shade of yarn per row. It creates a wonderfully thick, stable fabric perfect for blankets, pillows, or some textiles. My journey with it actually started out of the necessity. We had some issue with a newly purchased chair and I needed to create a sturdy, beautiful cover to fix it. That's when I discovered this method. Following the wonderful guides from Gandina channel, I learned to read the charts and find my wreath from the very first stitch. It turned out to be so peaceful and engaging. As you can see, the first piece is complete. It feels heavy, durable, and will last for years to come. For this one piece and this one project, I used about 300 grams of pure wool from Broadway yarns, 3 skeins of the creamy ecru, and 3 of warm comforting mustard color, working slowly with 3.5 millimeters hook. If you would love to try this gentle craft yourself, I highly recommend Julia's tutorials. They're true joy to learn from. This pattern is gentle and straightforward, and you're feeling inspired to start your own, I highly recommend checking on Julia's wonderful tutorials. And all the description of the first piece that already ready, I'll give you in the description. See you soon. I'll give you a little update on the sweater. So this sweater is slowly coming to life. I find myself knitting at a very gentle pace, which is truly how I approach all of my making. For me, it's about stretching out the simple pleasure of creating, turning into a purely meditative process rather than rushing towards the finish line. Continuing from my last vlog, I wanted to share a small window into my progress. The very top structure of the sweater is now making shape. First of all, I began working on the armhole increases along the back panel. I started with 88 stitches, and by increasing 2 stitches on every side row, I've added 6 stitches to bring my current total to 94 on the needles. From there, I moved to the front section and I picked up 26 stitches along the left shoulder line. After working a purl row, I completed 8 rows flat before starting the gentle shaping for the neckline. To create a curve, I added 7 stitches, placing one after every 5th stitch on the right side row, bringing to the count of 33. 2 final yarn overs at the end of the wrong side row brought it to 35, followed by 3 final yarn overs to reach 38 stitches total. After breaking the yarn, I repeated the same process for the right shoulder, knitting in a perfect mirror image. Now I'm ready to join the front pieces together across the front neck opening. To mirror the back panel, I need total of 88 stitches across the needles, and with 38 stitches on each shoulder coming 476, I cast on 12 new stitches in the center to bridge the gap. It's always so satisfying to see the flat rows begin to connect and echo the pieces that came before. So I love this process. It gives me so much joy, and you will see my progress in my next video. See you soon. To close today's vlog, I'd love to show you a pair of socks made with a truly special yarn, that Shophill Premium Zumberball Crazy. Last year I used this beautiful wool to knit a pair of socks for my husband. They turned out so wonderfully soft and cozy that I found myself with a smaller leftover cake of about 40 grams, I should say. Knowing I wanted to transform these precious remnants into a pair for myself, I decided to play with color blocking. To stretch the yardage, I choose a coordinating solid yarn to anchor the cuffs, heels and toes. I reached back into my stash and found the perfect match, some left over from Grundle yarn, Hot Socks Pearl Uni. It's a luxurious cloud soft blend of extra fine superwash merino, polyamide and 5% of cashmere. A rich, warm, colorful caramel color. It seems to be its color number 06. I googled and I checked online, but it seems to me it's either the palette numbers has changed or something else has changed, but the closest color that I found is color 6. Yeah, and I mixed it with a little bit of touch of color 13. The final result is a pair of socks that I completely in love with, weighing a delicate 57 grams only. The absolute magic of all Shophill's crazy yarn is that it's impossible to create two identical socks. The colors shift and flow so organically, painting an entirely unique picture on each foot as you go. Because the yarn is beautifully fine, I worked slowly and mindfully on slender 2mm needles. So holding them now, they feel like the ultimate reward for a patient, creative afternoon. The progress of these Legwarmers is quiet and slow. Working with slender 2mm needles means the fabric grows in its own patient pace, giving me the plenty of time to look at the stitches and think. Lately, I found myself wondering if the 80 stitches I cast on might be a little bit too small. I'm not sure for now. As I knit, I catch myself gently pulling at the fabric, feeling its texture. It's a lovely merino blend with a wonderful generous print to it, so I know if it turns out too wide, it will simply slip down. So I decided on a gentle solution. I will complete the first Legwarmer entirely, bind it off and give it a proper wash. Blocking will reveal the true character of the wool, letting me see if I need to unpick or start afresh, or it's perfectly fine to cast on the second one. Yarn is a single ply crisp. It feels dry in the hands, but the colors are so incredibly soft and flowing seamlessly one into another. It makes every single row an absolute aesthetic pleasure to knit. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for your attention and thank you for the likes. I will appreciate it very much. And now I wish you all the best and we will see you soon.